So today we will be explaining the B line now. So we're gonna start at 145th Street. And somehow I didn't know that the last stop in the Bronx is 100, but I'm gonna say that in the D train video. So at 145th Street is a terminus station for the B train during rush hours, and the rest of them go to Bedford Park Boulevard. So let's go on to 145th Street and 135th Street.
The next stop is 135th Street.
So at 135th Street, you could transfer to the C train here. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it.
This is 135th Street. This is a Brooklyn-bound B train. The next stop is 125th Street. This is 125th Street. Transfer is available to the A, C, and D trains. Transfer is available to the M60 bus to LaGuardia Airport.
So you could transfer to the A, C, and D train and the M60 South bus service. And this is the last transfer to the A and D train because there's a long way to 59th Street Columbus Circle.
This is a Brooklyn-bound B train. The next stop is 116th Street.
So the 116th Street announcement is just like on the 6th line. And then I think it's the first station to be on the lower levels. Or I think it's still on the same level.
This is 116th Street. This is a Brooklyn-bound B train. The next stop is 110th Street. This is 110th Street.
So at 110th Street, Cathedral Parkway, 110th Street, it's the same for the 1 train. And you could transfer to the 1 train here by walking to 110th Street station again.
This is a Brooklyn-bound B train. The next stop is 103rd Street. This is 103rd Street.
So at 103rd Street I think it's the first station to be that has the upper and lower level in Manhattan. And we're also I think we're in Upper Manhattan.
The Brooklyn-bound B train. The next stop is 96th Street.
So you could transfer here to the 4, 5. You could transfer to the 1, 2, and 3 trains from here.
This is 96th Street. This is a Brooklyn-bound B train. The next stop is 86th Street.
So this is the last 86th Street and on the B line. This is the only 86th Street on the B line.
This is 86th Street. This is a Brooklyn-bound B train. The next stop is 81st Street, the Museum of Natural History.
So, at 81st Street Museum of Natural History, I guess this is the station of the Museum of History of the subway, I think. And this is the only 81st Street in the whole New York City.
This is 81st Street, the Museum of Natural History. This is a Brooklyn-bound B train. The next stop is 72nd Street. This is...
So it's this 72nd Street is the station before and this is the only station that doesn't have the 60th station. Last station before hitting the end way of the long track for the A and D trains.
72nd Street. This is a Brooklyn-bound B train. The next stop is 59th Street, Columbus Circle.
So at 59... Oh, wait. Let me play this.
This is 59th Street, Columbus Circle. Transfer is available to the 1A, C, and D trains.
So at 59th Street, Columbus Circle, you could transfer to the 1A and D trains. And the A and D trains are across the platform. And you can also transfer to the 1 train by using the abandoned platform passageway. I've seen some subway YouTubers do that, like SkoGo Supertow.
Is a Brooklyn-bound B train. The next stop is 7th Avenue, 53rd Street.
So at 7th Avenue, 53rd Street, this is actually where the 53rd Street ends on the E line, and then it goes on to the A and C trains. So you could transfer to the E train across the platform, and this is the, and yeah.
This is 7th Avenue, 53rd Street. Transfer is available to the D and E trains. This is a Brooklyn-bound B train. The next stop is 47th, 50th Streets, Rockefeller Center.
So at 47th, 50th Street, Rockefeller Center, you could transfer to the F and M trains. And this is where ABC News performs. They perform at they have the news at Rockefeller Center here. And then yeah. And this is the last state, and this station normally has the B and D trains arriving on the local platform, while the F and M trains stop on the express track, and then yeah.
This is 47th, 50th Streets, Rockefeller Center. Transfer is available to the D, F, and M trains. This is a Brooklyn-bound B train. The next stop is 42nd Street, Bryant Park. This is 42nd Street, Bryant Park. Transfer is available to the 7, D, F, and M trains.
You can transfer to the 1237 ACE, DFM, NQR, Frank, and the Times Square shuttle. The Grand Central shuttle, and the Port Authority bus terminal by bypassing the shuttle platform. And the Fifth Avenue Bryant Park station is actually on the Times Square platform. So it's connected to so you can stop at Fifth Avenue or Times Square 42nd Street on the 7 line.
This is a Brooklyn-bound B train. The next stop is 34th Street, Herald Square. This is 34th Street, Herald Square. Transfer is available to the D, F, M, N, and Q trains.
So you could transfer to the D, F, M, and Q and R trains on the lower platform where the N and R trains stop at. And now let's go on to West 4th Street.
Connection is available to PATH.
And the PATH trains.
This is a Brooklyn-bound B train. The next stop is West 4th Street. This is West 4th Street. Transfer is available to the A, C, D, E, F, and M.
So you could transfer to the A, C, E, D, F, M trains. And the D train is actually on the lower level for this one. And then, yeah. And then at West 4th Street. And yeah, that's pretty much it for West 4th Street. And it's the last transfer for the B and D trains across for the B and D trains, unless if you take the F train to J Street Metrotech.
Trains. This is a Brooklyn-bound B train. The next stop is Broadway Lafayette Street. This is Broadway Lafayette Street. Transfer is available to the 6, D, F, and M trains.
So at Broadway Lafayette Street at Bleecker, you could transfer to the 6th train at Bleecker Street. And it's the only IRT subway train you could transfer there. And yeah.
This is a Brooklyn-bound B train. The next stop is Grand Street. This is Grand Street. Transfer is available to the D train.
So you could transfer to the D train at Grand Street. And it's also the last station in Manhattan until Brooklyn. And then we're just skipping the express stops because Church Avenue has just been reopened. So at DeKalb Avenue, D trains and D trains bypassed here. And yeah. And you can also transfer to the R train here. Oh, wait.
This is a Brooklyn-bound B train. The next stop is DeKalb Avenue. This is DeKalb Avenue. Transfer is available to the Q and R trains.
And the Q train.
This is a Brighton Beach-bound B Express train. The next stop is Atlantic Avenue Barclays Center.
So at Atlantic Avenue Barclays Center, transfer to the 2345 A, R, and W in the D train.
This is Atlantic Avenue Barclays Center. Transfer is available to the 2, 3, 4, 5, D, N, Q, and R trains. Connection is available to the Long Island Railroad.
And the Long Island Railroad.
This is a Brighton Beach bound B Express train. The next stop is 7th Avenue.
This is another 7th Avenue on the B line. You can also transfer to the Q train.
This is 7th Avenue. This is a Brighton Beach bound B Express train. The next stop is Prospect Park. This is Prospect Park. Transfer is available to the Q train and the Frank.
So, at Prospect Park, you could transfer to the Franklin Avenue shuttle and the Q train. And now let's go on to Church Avenue.
Franklin Avenue shuttle. This is a Brighton Beach bound B Express train. The next stop is Church Avenue.
So at Church Avenue, the Q train stops on the local track. And this is one other the Church Avenue. There's one on the G train, the 2 and 5 lines. And yeah, this is 2 out of the 3. This is 2 out of the 3 Church Avenue stations.
This is Church Avenue. Transfer is available to the Q train. This is a Brighton Beach bound B Express train. The next stop is Newkirk Plaza. This is
So at Newkirk Plaza is the last station before going above ground. So at
is Newkirk Plaza. Transfer is available to the Q train. This is a Brighton Beach bound B Express train. The next stop is Kings Highway.
So at Kings Highway is the third to last station on the B line.
Is Kings Highway. Transfer is available to the Q train. This is a Brighton Beach bound B Express train. The next stop is Sheepshead Bay.
So at Sheepshead Bay is the second to last stop on the B line. And you can also transfer to the Q train.
This is Sheepshead Bay. Transfer is available to the Q train. This is a Brighton Beach bound B Express train. The next and last stop is Brighton Beach. This is Brighton Beach. Transfer is available to the Q train.
So at Brighton Beach is the last stop for the B train, and it's a terminus station. And the Q train does terminate here. And yeah.
This is the last stop on this train. Everyone, please leave the train. Thank you for riding with MTA New York City Transit.
That'll be the end of the B line. I will see you guys on the C line. Bye.